Now this question seems harder because we need to incorporate the passage as we find our answer, but remember, figure questions are supposed to be easy, so you have to trust that. Now, when we go to this line, we just want to kind of condense it, right? So normally actually with figure questions with line references, I normally say go to the figure first because the figure is going to be easier to understand, but I don't know what I'm supposed to understand here, right? So which additional information, if presented in figure 2, would be most useful in evaluating the statement in lines 57 to 60? Well, they're basically telling me in the question that the figure doesn't tell me what I need to know, right? So that's why I can't go to the figure first, is they're telling me the figure is missing some information. So let's go to the lines, and we're going to try to dumb summarize what's going on as much as possible. So 57 to 60 is kind of right here. So let's just read it for context, one extra sentence. Brynjolfsson can point to a second chart indicating that median income is failing to rise even as the gross domestic product soars. It's the great paradox of our era, he says. Productivity is at record levels, so high productivity. Innovation has never been faster. High innovation. Productivity. Innovation. And yet at the same time we have a falling median income, so low income. And we have fewer jobs. People are falling behind because technology is advancing so fast and our skills and organizations aren't keeping up. So, okay, fine. Notice that is a lot of information that was in that line, right? 4 different points he's making. And I'm dumb summarizing it because I don't want to have to memorize all those things, so I just used arrows, ups and downs, right? Because what is this graph? It's an up and down kind of thing. So let's not get carried away like this is my dumb summary. So let's bring this down and put it next to the choices and the graph. So what additional information might be helpful? So let's see here. The median income of employees as it compares across all 3 countries in a single year. Okay, well, income is definitely talked about as it compares across all 3 countries in a single year. But notice, why would I want a single year? That's kind of weird. I have multiple years on the chart, so that seems to not match, but I don't know, income is there, right? So income matches with income. That's what this word was here. So, okay, that's something. Let's keep moving. The number of people employed in factories from 1960 to 2011. Well, okay, that might work, because number of people employed matches with the number of jobs. So if we saw the number of jobs was going down, that would match with this. So, okay, that seems to match. C, the types of organizations at which output of employed persons was measured. Well, nothing here in my dumb summary talks about the types of organizations. That's not relevant. So this would not help me. D, the kinds of manufacturing tasks most frequently taken over by machines. So again, notice my dumb summary does not include anything about tasks. So I just eliminate it, right? Like, it's literally like it's got to be one of these 4 things that I summarized. And 2 of the choices are just not in that list of 4 things. So I can't really consider them. So now I've got another choice though, but both income and the number of employed people, the jobs, are mentioned in the lines and now in these choices. And the other piece is mentioned too. So productivity, innovation, we're talking about output per worker. So output and automation match with this idea. So that part is already accounted for in the chart. So this often happens in the SAT where we have 2 choices that we like that seem to answer the question, but obviously they can't both be right. So there must be something wrong with one of them. So we got to kind of put them next to each other in our minds and ask questions. What makes them different? Well, I kind of hit on that before. We've got one that's talking about a single year and one that's talking about 1960 to 2011. Be stupid here. Be dumb. What does the chart say? The chart says 1960 to 2011. So I probably want 1960 to 2011. It's that simple. And the more complicated reason, though, is that they're talking in the lines about a trend, right? The paradox of our era, things are at record levels, things are fast, things are falling, right? The words that they're using in the lines are about trends. So if we only had 1 year of data, we wouldn't see the trend. We just see whatever that is. We wouldn't know if it's going up or down because it's just 1 point. We need 2 points, at least, to understand a trend. And so in choice B, giving us a bunch of points from 1960 to 2011 shows us the trend. That's it. Notice the actual increases and decreases didn't really come into this. It was more what we cared about, more of the idea than the actual result. And that's pretty common too, but we wrote it down anyway because we weren't sure when we started the question. But at the end, I would be very confident choice B is right. And in my mind, this question, once we dumb summarize those lines, is not any harder than the other two figure questions that came before this. You just got to be confident that these are straightforward and we can use the chart in the most basic way possible to help us get our answer.